Hi there. Today I'm looking at video from Tidal and video from YouTube and seeing which one delivers the best quality. Welcome to tdcat.com. Just to give you a bit of background here as to what I'm doing, well, what I've done is take a couple of videos from YouTube and a couple of videos from Tidal, and I've brought them into Premiere just to do some comparisons visually and in the scopes if relevant. But to start with, I'm going to show you the output in MediaInfo. Now, MediaInfo is a brilliant tool. If you don't use it, it basically is a tool that looks at a video file or looks at a media file and gives you all sort of different bits of information on that file. So here are the two videos. This is the Tidal one here on the left, and this is the YouTube one here on the right. Now, the first thing you'll see is that the Tidal one uses MPEG transport stream, or MPEG-2 transport stream. And I recently did a post comparing a couple of music streaming services. And I think I incorrectly said, actually, that Tidal used a higher bit rate, but it was actually using a less efficient codec, so it kind of sort of balanced itself out. It was just basically streaming more bandwidth, but I don't think that's actually true. I think they use a MPEG-2 transport stream, but within it, they put in H.264, or in this case, X.264 by the look of things, so it's pretty much identical to the YouTube stuff. Here you'll see AVC, Advanced Video Codec, and they're both kind of YUV and 420 subsampling, both 8 bits, as exactly as you'd expect. You wouldn't expect them to be any different from that for web delivery. But the main thing, of course, that we're interested in here is bit rate, because if we're sort of talking about roughly the same encoding method, then it all comes down to bit rate after that. And we can see from the Tidal version that they are delivering a bit rate of, I can't even see it on there actually. Oh yeah, here we go. Overall bit rate is 7.3 megabits per second for a 1080 clip. And the YouTube one here on the right, if I move over to the right, thank you, is 2.6 megabits, so considerably less. Audio-wise, it's a little less clear from MediaInfo, but I have opened these separately in Media Player, and the YouTube clip clearly shows here as 126 kilobits per second. I'm never quite sure why it's 126 and not 128, but it's kind of 44.1, 126. The Tidal audio on the video is 48 kilohertz, and it's actually at a bit rate of about, it's a variable bit rate, but it sort of balances out around about 300, 320. So much higher bit rate on the audio as well. So far, it's looking good. It's looking like Tidal has a higher bit rate overall and is, as a result of that, contrary to what I said in my post, which I will correct at some point, delivering a much higher quality video. So let's have a look in Premiere and see whether that's the case. So the two tracks I chose were Zane and Pillow Talk, and Disclosure with Magnets. So, well, actually Disclosure featuring Lord and Magnets. I'm not going to play any audio from those, so I've stripped the audio off these here. And I've just got the 4 tracks on top of each other. One is showing at the moment. You can see from the titles here, this is the Tidal one, and this is the Zane YouTube one. This is the Tidal one for Magnets, and this is the YouTube one for Magnets. And these are all out at the moment. So what we're looking at initially is the Zane Tidal track. So let's just scrub through and find something relevant, because it's a little bit difficult to find stuff in music videos sometimes, because there's so much going on and it's all obscure lighting that you're never quite sure how it's supposed to look. You know, it's not good reference footage, but we'll use it and we'll make the most out of it. So our clip's at 50% at the moment, but here we go. This is a sort of interesting little bit here. If we just zoom in now to 200% on here. So you would never watch your stuff like this. As I say in quite a lot of my videos, you know, we're just pixel people here. We're just playing around and having a look because of curiosity. I know that this won't change how I watch videos and whether I watch videos on YouTube or whether I watch them on Tidal. That's down to convenience, where I am, all those sort of things. But I just like to know this stuff. So I know probably some of you out there will like to know this as well. So there we go. There's the Tidal one. And the great thing about this clip is it is identical to the YouTube clip, down to the last frame. It is absolutely perfectly matched. So I can just turn this off. And there's the YouTube one. And the first thing you notice between the two is that the grain that probably has been added afterwards, actually, in post, the grain that has been added for effect or exists on the clip is completely stripped off the YouTube one. There's the YouTube one. I'll just highlight that. And there's the Tidal one, which maintains the grain very accurately. Interesting. Right, so let's find another little clip. See, these are all a bit weird because look, they're all sort of blurred anyway. Okay, so this one here, that's quite a nice sharp still clip. Let's zoom in on here. And what are we looking at the moment? So there's Tidal. And there's YouTube. Right, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit further so we can see a bit more what's going on here. That's Tidal. And that's YouTube. I mean, the difference is quite apparent there. The loss of detail in the skin, in the eyes, on the jewelry on the face. Oops, didn't want to do that. YouTube, Tidal. So you can really see there, or from what I can tell, that the extra bits make quite a difference. Let's just scrub through here and see what else we can pick out. Let's pick a shot of that. She's got a nice bright shot on her face there. Right, let's have a go at that one. See what that gives us. Nothing to do with the fact that she's a really quite attractive model, of course. Let's have a look at her mouth because there's a fair amount of detail around here on her mouth. Okay, so that's a good example actually, because there's the YouTube version, and there's the Tidal version. I'm just going to zoom out to 100% actually, and see whether you can spot the difference at this level. Yeah, you can. Yeah. YouTube and Tidal. Now, of course, you're watching this on YouTube, so the clarity may not be quite so good because obviously this has been re-encoded and I'm essentially comparing something that's on YouTube with a YouTube clip. Do you get what I mean? So what I'll do as well is I'll probably post up this tutorial for you to download if you want, and I'll put a download link in the description below so you can download the original version of this so you can really see a little bit better detail, a little bit better what I'm talking about. But it's a still image, hopefully, so I imagine YouTube will compress it just fine in this case. So yeah, I mean, that's quite sort of, wow. That's really quite revealing, the difference that the almost quadrupling of the bitrate makes. I mean, it looks like the videos in 1080p that you're getting on Tidal are really much better quality. Yes, they require more bandwidth, but you know, if you're on Tidal anyway and you're a customer of Tidal, you probably care about that stuff because they sell themselves, don't they? On the whole, oh, we deliver lossless music and it sounds loads better. Not too sure about that, but it's a different argument. But this, you know, we got real results here. So let's just close off these two and have a look at this clip of magnets and between Tidal. So that's the Tidal clip. And they're a little bit different, these ones, because one's a 29.97 clip. And, oh, did that break there? Oh. Yeah, that's broken on the Tidal version. I'm not sure whether that's down to my download or not. But that's obviously not good. A lot going on here, isn't there? It's very difficult to find a spot that's just static. Oh, here we go. Right, what's this guy doing? Let's see what we can see against his face. Right, so if we can match these two up. So that's YouTube. Okay, so let me zoom in to 200%. That's Tidal. And that's YouTube. YouTube. Tidal. Look at the difference in his face. Look at around the number of, around the kind of freckles, stubble, all that sort of stuff. God, that's amazing. The color's actually quite different in that one as well. So I may not be comparing absolutely apples for apples there because of the fact they're different frame rates. It suggests they may have come from a different source and may have been re-encoded differently along the way. The thing I like about the Zane one is it looks like that's, you know, it is identical, and we are comparing two originals that have just, one's been pumped into YouTube, one's been pumped into Tidal, and they're the results. That might not be the case quite so much with this one, but we'll just have another look for one more example through this video. It's a bizarre video, isn't it? But yeah, there's a lot going on, so it's quite difficult to find a clip. Let's have a look. And we're just after something that's reasonably sharp and clear. And okay, so that's the YouTube, and that's the Tidal clip. So I'm not sure, it's not quite the same frame, but you get the idea. So again, different color, but most definitely more detail. If we zoom out now and do the same, that's Tidal, that's YouTube. Yeah, it's not quite the same frame, is it? We want to do a step on. That's the same frame. There we go, nice one of the eyes there. Yeah, we've got a few spots where the video breaks. I'm not quite sure, as I say, whether that's just to do with the way Premiere's handling it or decoding it or what, actually. But let's compare these two. That looks okay, actually. Between YouTube, that's YouTube, and that's Tidal. Not too bad. Let's go into 200% and get a little bit more of a closer look at this. YouTube, Tidal. Again, it comes down to the fine detail. So the really fine detail and the grain are just being taken out by the low bit rate. The bit rate cannot cope with it on YouTube, and yet so there's the YouTube clip, and then when we go back to Tidal, we just got the finer detail in the eyes, on the skin, and just on the grain within the clip itself. So anyway, I mean, that's just me having a play around, seeing what I can find out. As to the differences between the video quality in YouTube and the video quality out of Tidal, hopefully that gives you some clear indication, at the moment at least, that it is worth the extra bit rate, but Tidal is definitely giving better results. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you soon.